Welcome to Insaka, and this is a podcast that seeks to discuss topics affecting the community, affecting the church, affecting our society, and we discuss these topics from a Christian point of view. And so we continue with the topic that we started last week, and this is on the Christian family. Again, we still have in stock the books that we advertised last week, The Family Life of a Christian Leader. If you are a husband, a leader in your church, you really want to get this book because it's laying out some principles that are needed for you to lead the family well. And then the second book I want to advertise is The Christian Family, written by Pastor Conrad Mbewe. Pastor Mbewe is the pastor of Kabwata Baptist Church. This one is contextual. It's looking at things that we face in our families within our context, and so relatable is this book to us. Imbila has these books. The price is affordable. Please do get in touch with Imbila, or simply tell us in the comment section, and I'm sure Imbila may arrange how to send the books to you. With me is Pastor Chopo Mwanza, pastor of Faith Baptist Church of Riverside, but he has other responsibilities, and he's going to tell us what else he does, especially at Central Africa Baptist University.
Thank you. It's good to be here and welcome everyone. I also serve as the Vice Chancellor Designate here at CABU.
What does designate mean?
The designate probably means already not yet. So we have been appointed and in transition. And next year I officially and fully take over.
Great. Yeah. We are looking forward to your leadership, brother.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
And praying for that.
Thank you.
Let's do a bit of recap.
Yeah.
We did define the Christian family as primarily a family that is composed of a Christian woman and a Christian man running the family under the authority of the scriptures.
Yeah.
The gospel being primary in that home.
Yes.
Do you agree to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good.
And covenanted, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is, it's not just a man and a woman living together, but they are in a marital covenant.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is a Christian family, and that's how it starts. I would really love for us to talk about some of the cultural practices, traditions that threaten the practice of the Christian family.
Yeah, and I think that's a very important discussion to have, because we are all products of our culture, and we are all influenced by whatever cultural context we are in. And we, in this context, are not exempt. So there are several cultural practices that are threatening the family. I think one is the whole concept of let's start.
Oh, I can lead you. Let's continue. I'll just lead you into some of the things.
You chop it. Yes.
Okay, so some of the cultural practices, for example, your older brother, when he visits your home, is really, he commands a certain respect, culturally. Speak about things like that.
Yeah.
Then let's speak about things such as in the culture, it's really the aunties who are supposed to teach my daughter the ways of a woman and not my wife. How does that relate to the Christian family? So maybe those two, and then we can look at others as well.
Yeah. So one, the unhealthy view of extended family, where the which fails to recognize the family unit of husband, wife, and children. So, and you find that a lot of men end up absconding and neglecting their responsibility to their relatives. So whether it is your sibling, your father, your mother, your aunt, your uncle, and undoing the very concept of living and cleaving. So it's very common, for instance, to find that parents will still want to control and influence what happens in the home of their children, and or aunties will want to control and influence what happens in the family of their children. Sometimes even siblings. So if your older brother visits you, he suddenly assumes the place of authority. But we need to remember that the way God designed family is that a man who is under authority leaves the father's authority and establishes his own kingdom, as it were, where he is the head. So he is not establishing an embassy of the father's country. He is establishing his own country. As such, whoever comes into that home is under authority. And it's important that we don't undo that. And in our effort to love family and to have extended family, and that's very good and helpful, we can undo God's design, where you have one central figure who oversees many homes.
The entire clan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's one. And closely tied to that is you find that parents then neglect their responsibility of training and preparing their children by handing off responsibility to other people or other institutions. So for instance, parenting is to train children so that at an appropriate age they live and become independent, and they too begin their own families. And what we find is common in our culture is that parents will hand over their children to be trained and prepared for marriage by other people. Or you find that parents will hand over their children to education. They'll say, no, let the school go and teach you. In fact, we hear often parents say, this child is very stubborn, we'll send him to boarding school so that he can become disciplined. Well, that's absconding responsibility. And that's a cultural. Or here we'll send you to your uncle because he's the one who disciplines everyone. Well, that's failure on and it's undoing God's design.
Yeah. Let me ask you these two practical questions. Okay. Your mother and your wife, who takes the front seat of the car? They both want it.
Well, it's very simple, really. My wife, that's my wife's car. My car is my wife's car. So it's very simple. I will say to my dear, lovely mother, you sit in the back.
It's simple, but you're not saying it simply.
Well, no, it's very simple and straightforward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one way of enforcing the Christian family principle and practices.
Yes.
If you're able to say to your mom, well, mom, please, respectfully.
Yes.
Take the. Okay. Good. You wanted to transition to talk about...
No, you said you have two practical.
I've forgotten the other one. I'll come back to it when I remember.
Okay. I mean, I can throw one.
Yeah.
Your mom visits your home, and she loves cooking. Well, she needs to recognize that's not her home. And that's not disrespectful. It's just recognizing God's design. So when she comes, she needs to recognize that this is my son's home, this is my daughter-in-law's home, and this is her kitchen, and I am under authority. So you can't just wake up and say, this is what I would do. Even though it's appreciated, there should be a recognition of this is a home, this is a unit designed and ordained by God, and it should be honored.
I've remembered, and it was a tricky one. So your uncle or older brother visits, you stay in a 2-bedroom house, you occupy the other bedroom, your boys occupy the other bedroom. Where is your uncle sleeping?
Well, I mean, we'll probably talk to the boys and say to them, look, you can crash on the sitting room. Let's honor our uncle or your uncle, and let him take the bed, because again, it's more awkward for the uncle to be sleeping. and hospitality. Hospitality kicks in. You want to care well for the visitors, and part of that is sacrificing. So that's not tricky. That one is easy.
I think that sometimes Christians can also confuse Christian principles and values, such as hospitality, to kids, this is their house, the whole security thing, they own this bedroom, so the visitor is the one, you shouldn't inconvenience kids. Because that's the extreme that the modern families are going to.
True.
In trying to trash cultural... Because under culture, that's not even a discussion. But I think there's a place, like you have noted, to actually teach hospitality to the kids when the visitors come through, that we inconvenience ourselves, we sacrifice, so that the visitor is comfortable. Okay, good. We have highlighted some of the cultural practices that threaten the Christian family. What about some contemporary practices that threaten the Christian family?
Well, this is both contemporary and, well, I guess it's more cultural.
Or maybe before we transition, would you also speak to this cultural expectation that once a couple gets married, there must be children in that home?
Yes.
And if there are no children, they actually bring, and how that violates the Christian value.
We need to remember that family is husband and wife. And, so go back to Genesis 2, it says the two shall become one flesh. And that's family. And interestingly, in Genesis 2, children are not mentioned. So a family that has 5 children and a family that has no children is a family. They're both families. And we all acknowledge that children come from God. But I think there is, in our culture, an embedded notion that it's actually dependent on you having children, such that we even want to, there are those intonations of, you are a real man when you have children, and the more children you have, it's almost like you have some inherent strength and power, and that's unbiblical, that's ungodly. Children come from God, and they're a gift from God. and he gives as he pleases when he pleases to couples. And Christian families should resist that pressure. I mean, even in churches, you find it where a couple is married. Hey, well, so what's happening? You know, and that's unnecessary. That is unhelpful. That's unbiblical. We need to let the Bible shape and influence how we think and how we talk. Christian couples should not feel under pressure to have children, unless they have ungodly reasons for not having children. You know.
Actually, that's the other contemporary
which
issue.
is the and we'll come to the contemporary one. The other cultural thing I wanted to mention is this what the modern, you know, it's called black tax. The entitlement and the unhelpful and selfish expectation to just receive, and a lot of working people, anyone who's earning an income is under some sort of pressure because everyone wants a leg, wants a liver, wants their kidney, and before long they'll be gone. So it's the cow for farming, it's the cow for milking, and you also want the meat. And so they can be this this unhelpful just entitlement of people should give me, and that's from young and old. Every month it's almost like you should pay them. You should, and if we should help. We should help. And the Bible teaches generosity and giving, but we can't negate our responsibility. So someone calls you and says your children have passed, they need school fees, and they expect you to cater for them. While they
before your own children.
While they make no effort. Or you hear things where people will say, you bought this laptop. How much is this laptop? You could be helping us. They almost want to have a say in your finances, and that's burdening people unnecessarily. And I think it destroys marriage. So you find the way it destroys marriages is it puts pressure on some couples where the man is helping his relatives quietly. The woman is also wanting to help her relatives quietly. Or you find that if the couple is unable, your relatives say your wife is a problem. And her relatives are saying you are also a problem. And if you help your mother, you should also, it's almost tit for tat. We went to three funerals on your side and gave. We also need to give to, and it's just dividing the family and burdening people unnecessarily.
So the scriptural balance that you refer to, I think that's in 1 Timothy chapter 5, if I'm not mistaken. Is definitely the fact that a Christian must look out for the needs of the family immediate and the family extended. Generally, a Christian must be hospitable. But what we are discouraging under the black tax is the entitlement. That you must, and even the assumption that you have the means, you have, therefore you must. and the others are not making any effort to help themselves and to help the families that they've brought forth, as well as help with the extended. You know, so it's sort of a guy, quote unquote, without the means stays comfortable. I do not have the means.
Yes.
He has the means.
Yes.
Therefore, he's the one who has to.
Yeah.
But we need to underline that inability does not take away responsibility. Responsibility stays with you. Those are your children. You're expected to look after them. And what may come externally is but help.
Yes.
So I think we need that biblical balance.
And one clear, you know, where it begins from is right when they are getting married. The way young people plan for marriages, for instance, it's they want a big wedding. They want to spend all these things, and they don't have the money. And the expectation is, people will give me the money. You know, and so this whole committees start coming in, and that's actually an opportunity for parents to say to their children, where are you at? How much can you afford? Plan with what you have. You live within your means. Then if people come alongside and say, hey, we'll do a BCD, we'll do a BCD, praise the Lord, hallelujah. But the way it's become normal for someone who has 5 kwacha
to plan a wedding for 50,000.
Yes, and they get offended when you don't give them what they've asked. You know, they even say, you know, my uncle Sandala will give us 20 pin. So then when you contribute a 2 pin, instead of gratefulness, they are saying you're stingy, you're greedy, because you've not given us what we expect. And I think that's a caution to parents. Shepherd and train the children, even in that instance, because they will learn to live within their means.
Yeah, but I think some of these practices are coming from an embedded, including black tax, you know. It's coming from, you know, first of all, some good as well as some abuse. You know, so for example, most of us were raised by aunties, uncles, because our parents couldn't afford. You know, or orphaned. You know, and therefore somebody in the family took up that responsibility. Which is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Then the abuse comes from, you know, the fact that we helped you, the fact that we raised you, you will pay with whatever you have for the rest of your life. You know, and not only that, but by virtue of us being related, you owe me help. And again, it's for the rest of your life. For as long as you have the means, this is actually a right that I have. You know. And I would say that would be the abuse of the extended family. The benefit of the extended family is in the fact that we take care of each other. You know, we see the needs around, and quickly somebody steps in to help. And a lot of us have benefited from that system. It's the abuse that is unbiblical. The entitlement that is unbiblical, the laziness that is unbiblical, where there's a group that has folded their arms, and then there's another one who's working like crazy to cut up for the rest. So I sort of see that cultural mentality creep in, even in things such as funerals and weddings. You know, so these days, for example, there are funeral policies. Some people won't bother to even find out about what a funeral policy looks like. There's planning which you have to do for your own wedding. but because of the mentality of help, community help,
Yeah.
I will not plan my wedding, it will be sorted out. I will not plan my funeral, it will be sorted out.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And here's the I guess the principle that should, biblical principle, is all of us, I mean, who are Christians, are called to be generous,
Yeah.
and are called to share the things we have with those who are needy, and that's the whole point of God blessing us. If you are, God blesses us so that we can be a blessing to others. And so we should all strive to have a disposition of generosity, all of us. In an entitled culture, there are people who assume they are not required to be generous. Generosity is for those.
Yeah.
And then two, entitlement does not just expect of people, but it also sets the expectation, what it is you should give. It's not just you should give, but you should give
This
at
much.
this level.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that is what, it's almost now, it's no longer your decision coming out of your generosity. It is, I want you to give me 5 pin. You know. And at that moment, it ceases to be generosity. It ceases to be an act of love. It becomes a burden.
Yeah. And these cultural family practices and traditions, we transfer them with the way that we view government. You know, I really think that we expect too much from African governments.
Yes.
And we give too much responsibility
Yes.
to African government.
Yes.
You know, so there's grass growing at my backyard.
Yeah.
And you hear somebody say the government should come and cut
Yes.
the grass
Yeah.
in this community.
Yeah.
There's something I need to sort out as a father, something that needs to be sorted out at family level, and you hear people saying the government must attend to that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly. You always shifting responsibility to someone or something.
Yeah. For example, the problem of street kids.
Yeah.
Is that a government issue, a family
Yeah.
issue?
I mean, that's, you know, so if families, every family was caring and kind and generous, you wouldn't have street kids.
And junkies.
And junkies. And I would say, ideally, you wouldn't have orphanages. You know, now, we live in a broken world with a lot of broken families and very entitled people. So you have people who are sending their children to go and ask for handouts. You know, and you ask what's the thought process there? What kind of person? What's that's ruining a child's heart for your own benefit. You know, and I think and that's the danger of absconding your responsibility. We don't realize the ripple effect.
Yeah.
You know, that it has.
Yeah.
And it will not just affect this generation. It affects generations to come.
Yes.
To the
Yes.
third, fourth generation.
Yes. Would you quickly speak to the contemporary practice, maybe because of time, just one,
Yeah.
and the contemporary practice of not wanting children, of viewing children a certain way?
Yeah.
How is that a threat to the Christian family?
Yeah, so I think I would say 1 and 2. One is the fact that you're increasingly having people not desiring marriage, frowning upon marriage, and even delaying marriage when they are able to. And that's unhealthy, especially among Christians. And with that comes those, when people get married, the notion that, we don't view children as a burden, as a financial strain. You have women who are scared to tell their husbands that they're expecting because of the reaction. You think of the price of diapers, and that's kind of seems to be P1. It's I need to advance my career. We need to make money. We need to make progress. We don't have and also even just I had someone say, children just bring you back. And even those with children, we can face the temptation of looking at them as a burden. So you go home, and children are playing, and they become an irritation. Hey, chongo, go away.
Or even in church.
Baby cries, and people are looking. Babies cry, it's a blessing when you have children and they are making noise and they are running around and they are being energetic and they are doing somersaults. You don't want the children acting like an adult, just like you don't want an adult acting like a child. And that's a blessing.
Are you for many children or few children?
Many, as if you are able, you have as many as you can. Many is relative.
Okay. No, that's good. Let's end with very, very pointed points. How do you build a Christian family?
You teach the word.
So maybe let's start from the beginning.
Yes.
You marry a Christian?
Okay. Yes. You need to be married. Yeah. Marry a Christian. Someone with a very clear testimony of salvation. And agree to live together. You can't build a Christian family if you are living apart, which is an issue today. Agree that you live together. And agree that you will go to the same church and learn the same things and serve together. And agree that the word will be central. So teach the word in your home. Go to church together, sing together. A lot of Christian ministry is done, and service is done in the context of the home. Every Christian's home should be a platform for ministry and service. Yeah.
I hope we have helped you to see what a Christian family looks like. I hope we have helped you to desire to build a Christian family. If you didn't watch the last episode, please do so, because today's episode was a build-up from the last episode. Until next time, see you on Insaka Podcast.